What's going on, guys? So I have another Jerome video. Okay. What's going on, guys? So I have another Jerome video for you, and I think we have the biggest, juiciest freaking information that we have got yet in this whole Jerome fiasco, even bigger than any photos that he has dropped, because we have officially got the synopsis for episode 12 of season 3, which is titled Ghosts. If you guys have no idea what the hell a synopsis is, it's basically a description of what the episode is going to be about. So let me go ahead and read you the one that they released. Before I start, the top of this says that Cameron Monaghan and Paul Reubens return. If you don't know who Paul Reubens is, he's freaking Pee Wee Herman or Penguin's dad. That is very interesting. Okay, this is what it reads. Falcone places a hit on Gordon after learning he shot Mario. Gordon and Bullock discover a follower of Jerome's, guest star Cameron Monaghan, who plans to bring him back to life. Meanwhile, Penguin spirals out of control before the biggest television interview of his mayoral, I can't say that word, career. And Bruce and Selena deal with Selena's mother's return to Gotham in the all-new Mad City's Ghost episode of Gotham, airing Monday, January 16th. Okay, so that is some huge freaking news. Because in the synopsis, it literally says Gordon and Bullock discover a follower of Jerome, guest star Cameron Monaghan, who plans to bring him back to life. And the only way you can bring somebody back to life is if they're dead.
But Juice, I thought Hugo Strange brought Jerome back to life at Indian Hill.
Let me tell you something, little nugget. I thought the same damn thing. Because freaking Gotham went ahead and dropped a photo like this, where it showed a redhead in a tube, and then they also dropped a photo like this that made it look like Jerome coming out of the bus, and they did all this other kind of crap too that kind of just made it seem like Jerome was coming back and that he was alive. But apparently, homeboy's been dead this whole time. In all seriousness, guys, this kind of bugs the hell out of me, because, I mean, literally, those two photos right there are pretty much Jerome. Like, everybody online was like, holy crap. And of course, Gotham can be like, well, we never technically said those were Jerome. They could have just been other people. And that is probably what they're gonna go ahead and go with. But come on, you can't fool us, Gotham. We know exactly what you were doing. And now, I want to explain. Tell me how freaking Jerome is not decayed. How did he get into the hands of somebody else? Because it seemed like Hugo Strange had a shipment of bodies coming straight from the GCPD to Indian Hill. Hugo Strange got like everybody, and I'm talking about like everybody that freaking showed up at the morgue. He got, because he had Fish Mooney, he had Gallivan, he freaking obviously had Jerome, and he had all these other people that had no arms and all this crazy stuff. Like, it's like, wow, explain to me how the hell Jerome just ended up somewhere else. Now, some of you might be thinking, oh, Juice, maybe he was actually at Indian Hill, but then they got him, and this, and blah, 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 and he's alive. No, okay? It's not, there's not anything. Apparently, Jerome is dead, and they're trying to figure out how to resurrect him. And if a follower found Jerome, like, wandering the streets, there's no way he'd freeze him or anything like that in one of those containers and then try to resurrect him again. It wouldn't make any sense. So apparently Jerome has had to have been dead this whole time. And if you're wondering why I just had container thing, is because look at this photo right here. This photo is those tubes that we saw from the preview for He Will Return, from the thing that they showed us at the end of the mid-season finale. These are those same tubes, and if you look at it, there's a freaking person that looks like Jerome that has red hair in that damn freeze tube. So more than likely, Jerome has been frozen this whole time, so maybe somebody from the, okay, let's just woosah. Let me go ahead and just calm down here, because one, I gotta call you on some shit, like Gotham, for real. Like, if you are, I love you, you're awesome, but if those things were not Jerome, and you weren't teasing us with Jerome coming back from Indian Hill, and you're just gonna give him this whole other storyline, that's kind of just bad writing, man. And I have not been one to shy away from saying that Gotham has had bad writing in certain situations. But you just, I mean, come on, don't throw in those hardcore Easter eggs and be like, oh, well, we never said that, it was just some other guy. Like, come on, you know what I mean? And I know a lot of you guys are gonna be like, well, maybe they're going with the whole 3 Joker situation. They're not doing the 3 Joker situation because they haven't even explained that in the comic books yet, okay? They have not explained the whole 3 Jokers thing. There's no way a TV show is gonna go ahead and take that on when they don't even know how it ends. So you can stop bringing on the whole Joker thing, and the 3 Joker thing wouldn't make sense because we don't even have the Joker name yet for Cameron Monaghan, and they're just not going to go ahead and do that whole thing. Jerome is going to be Joker. That's what's going to happen. It's not going to be any other way. Nobody's going to take his face off and use his face as their face. Cameron Monaghan, Jerome, will be the Joker. Right now there are 2 big questions, and the first one is, how the hell or why the hell is Jerome's face taken off of his head? And no, there's not going to be a flashback of freaking Jerome's face getting taken off, because there's no reason why the GCP should do that or would do that. It's not a flashback. The second biggest question is, how the hell are they going to bring Jerome back to life? I didn't mention it when I was explaining the synopsis, but obviously the Jerome follower is the guy in the gold coat. That is the one that wants to bring him back to life. He is like the head of the Jerome followers. So he is going to be the one that wants to bring Jerome back to life. He's probably the one that has those freeze chambers. So we're going to find out what his deal is. But like I said, maybe he wants to be Jerome. I don't know. I had a whole theory on that. You can check out that other video. But right now, from this synopsis, it seems like this follower wants to bring Jerome back. So maybe he doesn't want to be Jerome, or I don't know, that doesn't explain why freaking Jerome's face gets cut off. So yeah, those are our biggest questions right now. We finally know if Jerome was alive or not, or whatever this whole situation was. He is officially dead right now, and his followers want to bring him back to life. But unless they find Hugo Strange, or they figure out that Hugo Strange was able to bring somebody back to life, which I don't know how they're going to make that connection, because it just wouldn't make any sense. Jerome can't tell them, unless some of them were at Indian Hill. There's no way they're going to know that there's an ability to bring people back to life. So something tells me that these followers are going to have to do something else to actually try to bring Jerome back to life, but it still doesn't explain why his face would be freaking cut off, but I don't know. I want to go ahead and talk about these other photos I was sent. It's more of like this carnival aspect that is going on that is very Jerome, but let's go ahead and look at them. The first one I want to talk about is this one right here. It totally looks like a chemical plant, and of course there's a guy filming some stuff. But if you really look closely at the bottom right corner, there is a clown face. So maybe this is going to be the carnival aspect that Jerome, you know, we saw that one photo of him where he's like introducing people to a carnival. Maybe this is going to be that same episode because of that clown face there. Maybe he set up a carnival at Ace Chemicals or something like that. I don't know, but these tubes right here do seem very chemical-like. So maybe this could be an episode that he falls into the vat if they are going to do that storyline. Because remember, in a lot of those photos that he's done, his skin has changed colors. You know, this next photo seems like a tarp or a backdrop that says Gotham's Carnival of Dreams, Gotham's Greatest Show. You know, this could be something from just a carnival. Gotham, I mean, freaking Jerome could have stole this from a carnival, or maybe killed a lot of people and took over this carnival and made it at Ace Chemicals, or maybe this is just totally 2 separate things. But it seems like Jerome is really going to get that, you know, Joker moniker or that kind of personality by taking on this whole, you know, carnival persona like the, you know, the Joker would. Again, with this photo, it seems like there's just another prop that will be there. You know, cracking skulls is just something the Joker would do. You have real people there for his goons or whatever to like smash people's heads in. This seems pretty fun. I want to see if they're actually going to do something with this. But this looks pretty funny. It just seems like some guys that are working on the set are just showing off the props. You know, some stuff will be seen on this episode. I don't think this is episode 12 or 13. This might be an episode that's later in the seasons, unless Jerome actually gets resurrected on 12, comes back on 13, and then we see whatever happens with him on 14. I don't know, that just seems like way too much to happen in 3 episodes, but we'll have to wait and see. This just seems like a really cool prop from that carnival episode. And then there's this photo right here, which I want to say this has more of that. I don't know if this is going to be the carnival episode. It seems more of the area where they're actually projecting Jerome's video onto, whatever warehouse or building they're in. I feel like this is from that, because you see the ha 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 and the spray paint of the eyes and stuff. It looks like it's projected on there. So this might be the episode with the guy. This might be something from episode 12. Because it does seem like it's in an abandoned warehouse or an abandoned theater, and maybe that's where everybody's going to go ahead and join up and start doing their cult followings for Jerome. So I don't know, this doesn't have a carnival feel to me. It just has more of that projector feel. So we'll go ahead and see what this comes out to be. I just wanted to show you guys those photos because they were sent to me, you know, to get talked about and whatnot. Thank you for whoever sent those. I know it was on Twitter. Sorry I didn't get your name. I just saved the photos really quick. You are awesome. I appreciate any of you guys that actually send me stuff on Twitter. You guys are amazing. But these photos don't answer any of our two big questions. Why the hell does Jerome get his face cut off, and how the hell are they gonna bring Jerome back? Obviously, from the photo with, you know, Lee Tompkins and Jerome's face being cut off, the biggest thing is that he's gonna get his face cut off before he gets resurrected. Obviously, that's going to be the case. So why does he get his face cut off? Like, I mean, are we still gonna go... I'm gonna have to stick with my theory right now because I can't think of anything else on why it would happen. So I'm gonna think that this follower wants to actually be Jerome or wants to get that power. So maybe he's going to take off his face himself, or he's gonna have somebody take off the face. That's the only logical guess that I have right now until we get some more information, or until this episode really comes out. I'm just really confused with what Gotham's doing, you know? I don't really get it. I don't think he's faking his death to get into the GCPD, because he doesn't really need to do that. And to answer the second question of how he's gonna come back to life, I don't know. Maybe these followers are gonna take him to this Ace Chemicals type place and actually throw him in there. Maybe it's an abandoned chemical plant, and maybe they've been messing with some stuff, and they're gonna throw Jerome in there to hopefully resurrect him that way. Maybe they're gonna come up with their own thing to try to do it. Maybe there's some crazy mad scientists in that group. I don't really know. But it's gonna be really weird for them to go ahead and use the Hugo Strange route when apparently he didn't even go to Indian Hill. If this is why I'm really hoping they explain this, because if you're gonna tease us with him being in the tube and him possibly be getting off the damn bus at the end of season 2, and then he's totally not ever gonna been there, or he got sent somewhere else, these are the questions I want answers, and I hope they explain it, because right now it just seems really stupid of them to tease these people that kind of look like Jerome in season 2, and then they're gonna say like, oh no, he was frozen this whole other time, like they stole his body and they've kept it, whatever. Because you know, the Jerome following actually started happening after everybody saw him do the Maniac thing and then saw him on TV. Like, his legend grew, so there was all these crazy people, and there was probably followers that were like, you know what? He's at the GCPD, we should totally steal his body on the way to wherever it's going. So that is very possible. They could have, you know, stole it and then put it in like a cryo chamber or whatever. That is very possible. But my thing is, why the hell would Gotham show us those little teasers of him being in a tube and all this other stuff? Because that all happened after Jerome died. So, I don't know, that really bothers me. So I hope we get some really clear explanation on what happened, or why Jerome is frozen, and, you know, we'll just have to wait and see on why his freaking face is cut off. So yeah, that is all we got right now, guys. Of course, if we get any more clear information or some new photos, I will go ahead and cover those. But as of right now, this is the biggest news we've got, the synopsis for episode 12, and Jerome is officially dead. We're just gonna have to see how the Clown Prince of Crime will be coming back. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Guys and gals, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with all your Jerome buddies. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for all things nerdy and geeky on this channel. As always, I'm your host, JUICEbox. Remember, when you wake up in the morning, ask yourself something. If I'm a daily dose of juice, see you guys next time. Bye!